UFC Vegas 78 is just wrapped up. Here is your full mount MMA recap. Terrence McKinney is back in the win column. On the prelims tonight, Terrence defeated Mike Breeden via TKO in the first round.
Just a lot of praying and just making sure I'm getting those spirits of doubt off me. Praying with my mom, knowing that God reinstated the warrior in me, and he said he's gonna bring back the blessings that he promised me because I repented and I surrendered myself to him. And like I told you guys, I wore this mouth guard that says champion because I believe this is the start of my championship run, and I'm gonna get what God promised me.
Dana White got Daniel Cormier some of his keto popcorn for the fights tonight. To kick off the main card tonight, Josh Fremd defeated Jamie Pickett via unanimous decision. Jason Miller reacted saying Bora boring.
I definitely am going to get a nutritionist. My weight cut, I thought was money this time. I missed weight. Apologies to my opponent, to the UFC. I'm sorry. I'm a professional. I've never missed weight before, so I'm going to work on that and then just come back. You know, I want to get back in here fast. Like, I feel like I'm putting it together slowly and surely. I'm just like get back in here. Obviously, I mean, I want to say I'm comfortable standing. If you'd see me in the gym, like I'm clean with my boxing, my striking, but it seems like when I get in here, I want to grapple. So I'm gonna do something to fix that.
AJ Dobson defeated Tafon Nchukwi via unanimous decision.
That win took 10 years of hard work, dedication, surrounded myself. You know, I had a kind of rough start at first too, but I had to surround myself with good people that actually wanted me to win, and it made such a big difference. I felt free this fight. I felt free the whole fight week, and I was just ready to do it and take what's mine. Well, he was a lot bigger than I expected, a lot stronger. Chest to chest, I felt, you know, had to work a little bit more hard, but I have a lot of great training partners, a lot of big guys that I'm working with. I get to be around Stipe and all the cool guys at Strong Style, so it really made a difference.
Iasmin Lucindo defeated Polyana Viana via arm triangle in the second round.
You know, it's time to actually respect the process and the journey and be very calm and respectful to that. But at the end of the day, if Dana and Mick want to give me a challenge, you know, I've been watching Tough this season. I thought it was a really cool thing that they did, which was like the veterans against the newcomers. So I think that would be a really cool concept. So if the organization wants to give me a veteran, I think it'd be really cool. And I hope that it would give me a fight until the end of the year, yeah.
Khalil Rountree defeated Chris Daukas via TKO in the first round. Dana White reacted saying #NowYouKnow. John Anik tweeted Khalil Rountree Jr. Release the Kraken. What a beast. Cheeto Vera tweeted power hands. Marab says congrats Khalil. Impressive knockout. And Aaron Bronstetter says the Khalil Rountree I spoke with this week was different from our previous conversations. He had a different focus than he usually does. He told me that at the beginning of this year, he wanted to prove to himself how great he could be and dedicate himself fully.
It hasn't been too long. I think like some point this year, I think, you know, went on, you know, three fight win streak. In the back of my mind, I had it like, okay, I win this fight. Okay, then I think the next challenge would be, you know, a main event. I think I trained a lot, and I've been in the UFC for enough, and I've made my way into the rankings. Now 4-fight win streak, and now I told you before, I want to be a contender. I want to be considered a contender, but I feel like I've got to fight 5 rounds before anybody can even say like, oh yeah, I give this guy a title shot. And I wouldn't want the title shot to be my first time ever fighting 5 rounds. So
Cub Swanson defeated Hakeem Dawodu via unanimous decision. Mike Brown tweeted, always loved watching Cub Swanson, one of my favorites. And Ariel Helwani tweeted, Cub should be fighting inside arenas filled with fans.
I had to be a little bit more strategic as far as like switching stances and coming at him from different angles, because I felt like he was starting to catch my timing. And most of my career, people couldn't do that. So I had me have to really go back to, you know, start thinking and go, okay, be creative out there. And once I started having fun again, I think I was able to turn things around for myself. And so I was really happy for that. Fighting's always been like therapy for me, you know? And I've always tried to be, I never wanted to play a role, and that's really cool, you know, nowadays, but I always just wanted to be me. And I'm proud to be able to have like shown the fans 20 years of my life.
And for the main event tonight, Vicente Luque defeated Rafael Dos Anjos via unanimous decision. Bilal Muhammad reacted saying, "Great fight. Luque wrestling is a new weapon to look out for." He followed up with, "Glad Luque is back. He's a good guy and great fighter." Aaron Bronstetter tweeted, "Nice win for Vicente Luque against RDA. RDA is not an easy win for anyone, and that was a grueling fight for a fighter who is not accustomed to fighting 5 rounds against someone who very much is." And Gilbert Burns tweeted, "Wow, great performance by Vicente Luque, fighting a legend in the sport, Rafael Dos Anjos. I like both these guys a lot. Tough one for me to watch, but you guys put on a great fight."
Man, I'm looking at the top. The division is, right now we got a new champion in Leon Edwards. We don't know who's going to fight next, and I'm eyed to get in that mix, so I definitely want a top contender.
Prior to tonight's fights, Vicente Luque said that Colby Covington fighting for a title makes no sense. Vicente believes Bilal Muhammad should be the one getting the title shot. He said, "I think it's a very complicated situation because it makes no sense whatsoever as a sport. And when you look at the marketing, I kind of understand a little. But Colby's star power is not as big as it was when he fought Masvidal and had those 2 fights with Kamaru. I think it's another moment. Maybe the UFC is trying to really bring some light to the division with this title fight, but I would go with Bilal." Conor McGregor attended the boxing match tonight between Anthony Joshua and Robert Helenius. Conor called out KSI to a bare-knuckle fight.
Big congrats to the UK. Big congrats for Jordan Stout. And I know your man KSI is in the crowd, yeah? And he couldn't box eggs if he worked in an egg boxing factory. So if he wants to get in here, I'll give him a final, bare knuckle if he wants.
KSI responded via Twitter. He wrote, "LMAO, just seen this. Jake Paul must be crying that I've got Conor on my dick already. And I didn't even have to fight an MMA fighter." Ariel Helwani reacted saying he couldn't box eggs if he worked in an egg boxing factory. McGregor on KSI, and then lays down a bare-knuckle challenge. A lot of fans were saying Conor was drunk. Even Demetrius Johnson commented saying, "My man is lit." Here was Conor backstage prior to the fight. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Dylan Dennis going after Logan Paul's fiance on Twitter. The first one says, "Can't lie, that was funny from Dylan. Never knew she'd be ran through by everyone." The second one's from Ape. Says, "I never thought I'd agree with Dylan Dennis, but he's right." And the final one says, "Damn, Dennis with his first W in 4 years, 50-43. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.